Hello, my name is Reham Barghout. I'll talk about the use of comic relief in King Lear. The outline of my presentation, I'll talk about the brief information about King Lear and its tone, and I'll define comic relief and its purpose in literature, and some examples of comic relief in King Lear, and function of comic relief in King Lear. Firstly, information about the tone of King Lear. King Lear is a tragedy filled with dark actions and serious plot lines. However, amidst all the tragedy and darkness, Shakespeare also employs the use of comic relief to provide a break in tension and offer some relief to the audience. Now I'll define the comic relief. Comic relief is a literary device used in plays and novels to introduce light entertainment between tragic scenes. It's used in the shape of a humorous incident, a funny incident, a tricky remark, or laughing commentary. And it's inserted to make the audiences feel relief. In this sense, it makes the tragedy less intense. Although it is often considered a diversion, it plays a significant role in advancing the action of the play or the novel. And its function in literature is to serve the purpose of allowing the audience to break from the dark and heavy content. And it can be a breath of fresh air and advance the plot, though most people view it as a distraction. Some examples of comic relief in King Lear. The Fool. He is a complex and multifaceted character in King Lear, serving both as a source of comic relief and as a moral guide and a tragic figure. He serves as a companion to King Lear throughout the play, often acting as a voice of reason and a source of comic relief. He uses many things like puns, wordplay, and jokes to lighten the mood during intense scenes. He is often seen accompanying King Lear and offering his humorous insights even in the darkest of moments. Some examples of the Fool's humor. Nuncle, give me an egg and I'll give thee 2 crowns. This line is spoken by the Fool to Lear in Act 1, Scene 4. The Fool asks Lear for an egg, and in return he promises to give him 2 crowns. The humor in this line comes from the fact that an egg is worth far less than 2 crowns. So the Fool is essentially making a mockery of Lear's wealth and power. Another example, when the Fool said, "Thou shouldest not have been old till thou hadst been wise," in Act 1, Scene 5. The Fool is in this line, the Fool is criticizing Lear for his lack of wisdom and his poor decision as a king. The humor comes from the fact that the Fool is speaking the truth, but doing so in a playful and humorous way. Another example of comic relief in King Lear is the storm scene. Although the storm scene is a dramatic and intense moment in the play, there are also moments of humor in which Lear strips off his clothes and runs through the storm. While this scene is intense and emotional, it's also somewhat comical. King Lear's wild behavior and strange are played for laughs, providing a brief moment or relief from the play's more serious themes. In addition to the above, Edgar's disguise is also a comic relief. When Edgar disguises himself as a madman named Tom, he engages in some assuming and nonsensical behavior, such as singing and reciting strange poetry. This provides a contrast contrast to the serious and tragic events of the play. Finally, I'll talk about the function of comic relief in King Lear. The function of comic relief in King Lear is to balance the tragedy and darkness of the play with moments of humor and levity, allowing the audience to engage with the play on multiple emotional levels. And another function is to provide a moment of lightheartedness and relief from the intense tragedy of the play. The use of humor and wit in the play allows the audience to momentarily forget the heavy themes of madness and despair and to experience a lighter, more entertaining aspect of the play. Goodbye.